The EV market's rapid expansion in recent years has been remarkable, but a shift is underway as early adopters confront the less glamorous aspects of electric vehicle ownership. This sudden realization has tempered the initial excitement surrounding EVs. Despite this, the Biden administration remains steadfast in its ambitious electrification agenda. Dealerships, however, find themselves caught in the middle, grappling with the challenge of selling products that customers are hesitant to embrace. According to a recent survey, over 80% of dealers expressed dissatisfaction with Biden's electric strategy, leading many to resist selling EVs altogether. Curious about the reasons behind this resistance? Here are the top 5. 1. Consumer skepticism. Many customers remain unconvinced about the practicality and reliability of EVs, causing hesitation in purchasing. 2. Infrastructure concerns. The lack of widespread charging infrastructure poses a significant hurdle, deterring potential buyers worried about range anxiety. 3. Supply chain issues. Global supply chain disruptions have impacted the availability of EV components, leading to delays and uncertainty in stocking inventory. 4. Training and education. Sales staff often lack the necessary training and expertise to effectively promote and sell electric vehicles, further complicating the sales process. 5. Financial implications. EVs typically carry higher upfront costs compared to traditional vehicles, and uncertainties surrounding incentives and subsidies further complicate purchasing decisions for both customers and dealerships. In navigating these challenges, dealerships find themselves in a precarious position, torn between government mandates and market realities. As the EV landscape continues to evolve, addressing these concerns will be crucial in fostering wider acceptance and adoption of electric vehicles. Biden's plan is deemed overly ambitious by dealerships, particularly regarding the goal of making 2/3 of new cars all-electric by 2032. In a recent survey conducted by Auto News, a staggering 83% of dealers expressed concern that the administration is pushing too aggressively for EVs. Dealers argue that the government's mandate is outpacing actual market demand, highlighting their close connection to consumer preferences. According to dealers, the majority of customers remain uninterested in purchasing EVs due to concerns about cost, charging infrastructure, and range anxiety, among other factors. The survey underscores a significant resistance to electric cars among consumers, with 41% strongly opposing their adoption. This sentiment is not entirely unexpected, as customers express a desire for options beyond just battery electric vehicles, BEVs. They advocate for choices that include hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and even hydrogen-powered vehicles. Moreover, customers emphasize a preference for gas engines that are more technologically advanced and emit lower emissions. Dealerships argue that the rapid adoption of EVs within such a short time frame is unrealistic, citing the need for consumers to acclimate to new technologies. They caution that current regulations are outpacing consumer acceptance and advocate for a more balanced approach where customers are empowered to lead the transition, with regulations serving to support rather than force change. The surge in demand and profitability experienced by dealerships during the COVID-19 pandemic and global conflicts was unprecedented. Supply chain disruptions created a scenario where dealers could implement substantial markups, resulting in record profits despite not achieving record sales figures. However, this golden era for dealerships has come to an end as automakers have regained their production capacity, eliminating the opportunity for massive markups. The situation with electric vehicles exacerbates dealers' challenges. Not only are dealer lots inundated with EVs, but these vehicles are also selling at a slower pace than anticipated. This combination spells trouble for dealers as the absence of significant markups, coupled with the increased effort required to sell EVs, translates to diminished profitability. Salesmen bear the brunt of these challenges as selling an electric car demands considerably more time and effort compared to traditional gasoline-powered vehicles. Buzz Smith, a former salesman turned EV dealer trainer, highlights the stark contrast. While gas-powered cars often require only one visit and an hour to sell, selling an electric car typically necessitates 4 visits and 4 hours. Customers exhibit a strong desire to thoroughly understand the intricacies of EV technology before committing to a purchase, resulting in prolonged sales processes. For salesmen, this translates to a substantial reduction in income, with potential earnings slashed by as much as 75%. Such a significant pay cut is unsustainable for salesmen, further contributing to their dissatisfaction with the Biden administration's aggressive push for EVs. In essence, the increased effort and diminished profitability associated with selling electric cars underscore dealerships' reluctance to embrace Biden's electrification agenda. Dealerships, being intimately acquainted with customer preferences, consistently emphasize the inadequacy of infrastructure as a major barrier to widespread electric vehicle adoption. Despite substantial government investment in charging networks nationwide, dealers assert that the infrastructure remains insufficient to support mass electrification. Charging accessibility is particularly challenging in rural areas where the scarcity of chargers is glaring. Even in urban centers, reliance on home charging presents complications, especially for apartment dwellers lacking access to private garages. Public charging stations become the sole option for these individuals, contributing to scenes of long queues at such facilities. Furthermore, existing chargers often fail to meet expectations, as evidenced by dissatisfaction among EV owners. Issues such as slow charging speeds, malfunctioning equipment, and unreliable payment systems plague public stations, exacerbating charging anxiety among users. A study focused on the San Francisco Bay Area revealed that a mere 72.5% of Electrify America chargers were operational last year, highlighting the widespread shortcomings in charging infrastructure. This lack of charging convenience emerges as a significant factor driving some EV owners back to gas-powered vehicles. Dealers recognize that charging anxiety represents a critical hurdle impeding market growth, making it challenging to persuade consumers to transition from gasoline-powered cars to less convenient electric alternatives. As such, addressing infrastructure deficiencies is essential to fostering broader EV adoption and sustaining market momentum. Dealers express discontent with electric vehicles, EVs, for various reasons, one being their current unreliability. According to Consumer Reports, EVs experience 80% more issues than their gasoline-powered counterparts, spanning battery malfunctions, software glitches, and other issues. Compounding the problem is that EVs are still under warranty due to their novelty, leaving dealers responsible for covering repair costs. The challenge extends beyond untrained technicians. It's also about grappling with unfamiliar technology heavily reliant on software. Dealers often face delays as they await guidance from manufacturers to resolve specific issues, resulting in EVs languishing in repair queues for weeks. Despite assertions from EV enthusiasts that EVs should be simpler and more reliable, this has yet to materialize. The extensive use of advanced technology, while promising, has not translated into enhanced reliability. Even if EVs eventually become more dependable, dealers anticipate a shift in their revenue model. Instead of profiting from routine maintenance tasks like oil changes, they foresee grappling with complex breakdowns and software updates, which may introduce new complications. In this scenario, neither dealers nor customers stand to benefit. EVs will remain stranded on dealer lots, awaiting resolution to their issues, perpetuating dissatisfaction among stakeholders. As long as reliability concerns persist, dealerships will continue to grapple with the challenges posed by the burgeoning EV market. Dealerships face significant hurdles beyond the uncertain market viability of electric vehicles, EVs. To sell EVs, dealers must make substantial investments, exacerbating the challenges amidst the current slowdown in EV market growth and manufacturers' struggles to turn a profit on electric cars. The financial burden on dealers is multifaceted. Firstly, dealers must invest in infrastructure by installing charging stations. Additionally, they must allocate resources for salesperson training and technical staff education, all of which entail substantial costs, often reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars or more. Amidst these financial pressures, many dealers are opting out of selling EVs altogether. Notably, a substantial portion of General Motors, GM, and Ford dealerships are reluctant to embrace EVs. For example, half of Buick dealers have chosen to forego investments ranging from $300,000 to $400,000, resulting in a significant reduction in the number of Buick dealerships nationwide. Similarly, Ford's certification program, a prerequisite for selling EVs, carries a hefty price tag of around $1 million. While initially it seemed that two-thirds of Ford dealers would pursue certification, only half have committed, leaving 1,500 dealerships to focus on traditional internal combustion vehicles. While Ford currently refrains from mandating EV sales, future mandates cannot be ruled out. This shifting landscape underscores the challenges dealerships face in adapting to the electric vehicle market. As dealers navigate these complexities, uncertainty looms over the future of EV sales within dealership networks.